Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, November 4th. We are in week 1 of Monday of our new journal for November. The link is in the bottom in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the main description part. Pat's War Room and Instagram in the daily description. The link on Amazon to get our November journal. First of all, it has been an incredible last few weeks with 2 hurricanes, some medical things that have come up, ongoing medical things with my husband. And so we are just going to do and start fresh again for the month of November and keep moving forward. Now, when you are thinking about this time of year, we are thinking about how the year is going. In the month of November, we are grateful and we start, what are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? What do you want? We start thinking about how our time is short to finish up our year's goals, our wants, our desires. We wonder if we can get it all accomplished in the little amount of time that we have. What if we use this season and this time to start fresh and new and not look back or not wait to restart at the new year? What if we look back at Genesis and chapter 1 where God started? He did that in 3 things. On days 1 through 5, he created the earth and the worlds. He worked on fine-tuning the fine details that we would need to thrive in. He worked on the light and the day and the water and all of those beautiful things. And then on day 6, he worked on people. He worked on animals. He wanted to make sure that we could thrive and flourish in his earth. And finally, the 3rd thing he did was on 7. He rested in all that was done. And what if we just kind of did that in November instead of waiting for a new year? What if we use this time to plan what our year is going to be like? What if we worked on this time for like days 1 through 5 or the next few weeks, just working on a place for us to flourish, just a day for us to just create a good thing to surround our life with? What if we created and worked on our homes and our gardens and our life and our finances and got them all in the right order and fine-tuned them? And then the next thing we do is fine-tuning ourselves and building ourselves up and working within ourselves to make sure that we can physically, mentally, emotionally flourish over the next things. And then what if by January we could rest in the goodness that we have done and all of that we're going to be providing? What if over the next few weeks we build and create the world God wants us to live in and to prosper in, and then rest in all of our blessings, instead of using this season, these next couple of weeks, to feel overwhelmed, undone, and unaccomplished? What if God wanted us to do that? And as always, I firmly believe that the best way to get to know what God wants us to do in our life is to have a better relationship with him. And one of those things is by getting to know his word better. So today's verse is Psalm 40:1. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he turned to me and heard my cry. What a great verse to start this season with, and building the world around us instead of wondering what short time we have to accomplish what we thought we needed to do this year. And then, of course, we want to focus on others and other people. Remember, the best way to take the burden off your own self is to focus on others. So what if we picked 3 people for the month of November that we want to focus on? Now, I have my 3 people that I'm going to be focusing on, and their families, and just praying for them every day, texting them, finding ways to bless them, cooking them a meal because they live close, or sending them a meal, or sending them a like a Uber Eats card or a DoorDash card or something, so that they had another option for days that life is crazy for them, especially if you know somebody that's dealing with or working through cancer and chemo or medical issues. What if you just did that? Just let them know that they're not alone. And then, of course, we want to talk about that Bible verse where we have Psalm 40:1. We want to rewrite it here to help build it in our heart. We want to talk about how we want to apply this and what it means to me. And then, of course, for our notes section on the next page, let's talk about creating the world in our area, in our home, in our yard, in our apartment, in our condo. How can we better work that world to be the world that God wants us to be in? What can we do to create something, fill in the gaps for that world? I think our notes section for the month of November is going to be that, because you're grateful for all you have, but what can we do to build that closer world that God wants us to live in? And I think that that's going to be and help us with our focus for November. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will be chatting with you soon. Have a terrific Monday, guys. Bye-bye.